Hello and welcome to the EMBN Show. On today's show, we are bringing MTB into the eMTB world and at the same time looking at some very state-of-the-art full power e-bikes. Owen, welcome back.
Hello.
Hair's looking amazing as usual.
Thanks. Yeah. Fresh trim.
I want to start the show off by talking about light to mid assist bikes. Now, light to mid assist bikes are being compared to them handling like mountain bikes. Right? A key part of the story, key part of the marketing is the weight. Now, a lot of light to mid assist bikes, they're around about 17, 18 kilos.
Yeah.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong, right? Mountain bikes, mid-travel mountain bikes, like enduro style bikes today, are around about 15 to 16 kilos.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did that happen? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, surely, wasn't it 2008 and that Mondraker had an aluminium 200mm downhill bike, which was just over 13 kilos?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened in between? I mean, I've been kind of lost in an e-mountain bike world for, seems like a decade now, but a lot's changed.
A lot's changed. I guess the first thing is wheels. Wheels have gotten bigger, so you've got more tyres. I think, you know, like 700 gram tyre would have been kind of chunky, and now 700 gram for a 650 or 29er is kind of like, oh yeah, that's kind of okay.
I didn't think of that because I guess like say a 29-inch Maxxis Assegai tyre will be like 1600 grams, something like that, probably.
Yeah, but in a decent casing.
Yeah,
I think the speeds have also sort of increased too. So you're
hold on, you're telling me that? Hold on, whoa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hold on, you're telling me that a 200mm downhill bike of 2008 wasn't going very fast? Which is 13 kilos, and yet some of today's enduro bikes, which are 160mm travel, are 15 to 16 kilos.
I guess it's about, you've got a race product, which the DH race bike was, so if you ate wheels and ate tyres, assuming that it was super light, actually, you know who had an even lighter bike? Trek.
They did.
Even lighter.
I rode that bike. So folks, basically Trek launched the new Session bike in 2008, and they decided to make a special version which had like lightweight wheels, carbon parts, and that was £30, which again was 13 kilos. It wasn't, I must emphasize this, it wasn't a production bike, but it was quite funny because at the time they decided not to make that the pros bike because it was actually too skittery.
You say, I remember Rory Cunningham, he had a sub £30.
Did he?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, when he was on Unil, correct? Yeah. Rory, please correct us. Unil team with Reece Wilson, now world champ. Yeah, his was like sub £30 because it's wild. But I think wheels have gotten bigger. I think actually brand managers and products have probably gone to a margin of safety whereby let's build in some kind of like safety in terms of what people are doing and how people are riding. I think it's developed so much. I went to see a free ride movie fairly recently. The free ride, so they're tackling terrain that's not that wild. It's relatively tame. But whereas now, your average rider who will go to like Dovey Bike Park, like that's like really gnarly.
Okay, I see.
So I feel like the brands are kind of protect themselves a little bit. However, there's still some, slightly chonk bikes out there.
So would I be right in saying that the weight of mountain bikes, mid-travel mountain bikes, seems to be going this direction, increasing in weight?
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of light to mid-assist e-mountain bikes are going this direction in weight. It seems pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
So at the same time is that whilst I think a lightweight eMTB should be looked at as it being just an e-bike, don't worry about being apologetic about it handling like a mountain bike. At the same time, there's actually quite a bit of truth in the fact that light assist and mid assist e-mountain bikes are the same weight as a caveman mid-travel bike.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, take a breath. I mean, the bikes we're talking about, folks, bikes such as the Scott Lumen, the White E-Lite, Specialized Levo SL, and the Trek Fuel XE, bikes which are all around about the kind of sub 19 kilo mark.
I mean, the white E-Light, their works, I think 140 is like sub 17.
Exactly.
That's super light. Okay, exactly. So I think it's 135 travel back end and a 144, but still that's really light.
And you can see that will come a point where many mountain bikers will be thinking, well, do you know what? Actually, for the same weight, I might as well get an e-bike.
Yeah.
So now, talking about full power, let's move the discussion now on to full power, because recently Orbea launched this behind-the-scenes discussion with Flo Espiniera and Edgar Carballo. Flo, we saw in Chatel, the first actually ever e-enduro World Cup champion. Nice. Interesting about this bike. Now, the cool thing about Flo's bike is it's a 160mm travel, and what's interesting is the weight of this bike. The weight of full power bikes is actually coming down as well. This is around about 21 kilos. But it's interesting, wheel size, like you mentioned the weight thing. She rides a 29-inch wheel front and rear.
Wow.
And she's not massively tall.
My height?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But when you watch her ride this bike, she's got a super low standover.
Yeah.
It's like, and in that respect, she can match the larger wheel on the back, which I didn't think she'd do. Actually, I thought she'd have gone for like a 29, 27.5
mixed wheel size. Yeah.
But I'm world champion. I mean, there's no dispute in that. Gone for a short chainstay. Coil shock Fox 38 on this bike.
The coil shock seems to me, I guess I'm newer in the space of the e-bikes, but it seems to make so much sense. But you're enjoying this space, aren't you? I am, yeah, no, much so, yeah.
So Owen was only talking to me earlier today about his next or his first e-mountain bike.
Yeah.
What could it be? What would you go for?
I think over 150 travel.
So obviously you've been thinking about it then?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, because I've had a 160 bike in the past, a sort of caveman pedal. And I just felt like it was way too much bike, and I was just like, I'm overbiked, this is a bit, I'll just go too fast and hurt myself. But then I rode that 160, 150 bike, doing that brake test with Magura with you, and I was like, this is just a heap of fun. I think it was the balance of the bike, the suspension seemed to actually work because there's the extra mass, and it just worked really nicely. So I'm like, why would you bother with a short travel one? Right.
I can feel like maybe a fleet of bikes arriving if we can go through this discussion together. What would be the sweet spot of travel for you?
Perfect.
I mean, how much do you weigh?
Well, currently, a little bit content. We'll probably say about 73, 73 kgs.
So maybe one of the new kind of fleet of Bosch SX bikes might be a bike for you as well. So folks, watch this space with Owen and his e-mountain bike adventures.
Yes.
But when it comes to weights, can we agree that weights have increased on mountain biking?
Yeah, definitely.
Whoa, let's know your thoughts. What would you go for? Would you go for a 15 kilo mountain bike, or would you actually go for a 16 kilo e-mountain bike? Right, let's move the topic from bikes and products to places and cool places to go to. This week we've got some great submissions. First of all, Mike's Husqvarna MC in Hood River.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Oregon is such a great place.
I've not gone to any of the West Coast of America, but I've only heard good things.
Ricky, now talking about cool places, this is a cool place, literally cool as in cold, Dare Valley Country Park, or Dare Valley Gravity Bike Park. I didn't know that existed.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, Ricky, Trek Rail 9 GX.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, I love a bit of autumn South Wales action. Back to the sun.
Oh, wow.
VMG Typhoon. Now, what's cool, what I really like, this is possibly a bike fault thing, I really like to see, like, there's a lot of kit bikes, and there's a lot of bikes which feature, different motors.
Yeah.
And the VMG is quite different. This is Australia. Trail of Awesomeness Orange.
Nice, New South Wales. Very nice. Got to look out for drop bears, though, so just, take care. Drop bears?
Drop bears?
Yeah, really vicious.
Joey, drop bears? No, none of us got any idea what you're talking about.
You've been to Australia and not encountered drop bears?
I've not, no.
You're lucky. Drop bears can...
Are we about to go into like a graphene kind of moment?
No, I think people from Australia, who clearly there's lots of fans, they can describe what drop bears and how they've been affected by drop bears. They're quite serious. They're quite nasty.
I just feel, we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah, that's all. Just say in the comments below about your drop bear experience.
And also, if you get any comments about Owen's last week's graphene discussion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be good.
Let's move on. Let's move on. We haven't. Well, we're on to GDS. What's this here? Oggy 8.2S Shimano. Oh crikey! I've not actually come across this bike before. Is that a Bafang motor on there? It's a hardtail. Iron ore form. Oh, this man's after. Yes. Iron ore formation with high DH.
Okay, that's
Where
cool.
is this?
Brazil?
Where does it say? Oh, it does say the Lima. Hold on. Nova Lima, Brazil, because Lima's in Peru.
Nice points, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Folks, thanks so much for sending your photographs. It just makes everybody think, well, that'd be a nice place to go.
It does, yeah.
Of course, the other problem with e-bikes is you've got to get there, hire a battery, or maybe just hire a bike when you get there.
Oh yeah, not thought about that.
You've not thought about that, yeah. There you go.
No.
Folks, last week I put a video out on the hottest e-mountain bikes of 2024. Quite a lot of questions, and one particular question came up many times. Do you want to take it away? Owen?
Yeah, certainly. So this one is from Grant Newby. The Pinion NGU system was notable admission in this lineup. Big question there. It has to be a game changer for the future of eMTBs going forward. So yeah,
I don't think there's any dispute that it could be the future. But what I'm trying to do is give people ideas of what e-mountain bikes they could and possibly should buy right now.
Not in the future in 4 years' time.
I'm not prepared to endorse or suggest bikes to buy which if I've not actually tested or ridden them in challenging mountain conditions. Like me and Joey a few days ago, we were in some river crossing scenarios in North Wales, hammering it down with rain, and the likes of, Bosch, Giant Sink Drive, Shimano, they can all deal with that kind of those environments. I've not actually ridden a Pinion in those conditions, so I totally agree. It might be the future because that's what we all want, or it seems to be that's what a lot of people want. But I can't put my name to it just yet.
Okay, no, that's good. Yeah.
But it wasn't. I didn't omit it on purpose. I just literally, I'm not.
No,
prepared.
but I think that makes sense. Good clarification. Hopefully, Grant is satisfied. But yeah,
we won't be.
Below.
He definitely won't be satisfied.
Oh, right, okay.
Kyle White. Hope TQ starts releasing some higher power stuff soon. Well, they already do. They have the HPR 120, which is one of the most powerful e-bike motors in the market. But they've got the 120 and they've got the 50 on the Trek Fuel EXE.
Yep.
So it makes sense that something in between, maybe?
Yeah.
100 Newton meters? In between, what's in between 50 and 120? So,
90.
90. So maybe they might as well round up to 100 Newton meters. So Kyle, I guarantee you it'll happen soon. Danny C3636, no point getting a new bike now until gearboxes get incorporated. Oh, come on, Danny. You'd buy a new bike now. Why would you wait? Huh? Would you wait?
No, and I feel like gearboxes, I know that there's gearboxes out there, and there's some good ones. I've got a friend who's got a Nikolai with a gearbox.
Have you?
In Finland. Yeah.
Yeah? What's he got?
Oh,
here we go.
I want to say, is it FE gear? Maybe I've just made it up. Derailleurs have been around a while.
Yeah.
They kind of, they work pretty well.
They do work pretty well.
Yeah, I stayed off being distracted.
Would you say I'd recommend to Danny not waiting?
Yeah, just get one, get riding. Yeah, you just keep waiting until good stuff comes out.
Zorov, how about the Commensal Metapower Bosch? I'm so sorry. I did forget. Sometimes you're dead right. Metapower is an amazing bike. Ridden it in Andorra. Highly recommended. I mean, Commensal. Funnily enough, I was with Commensal team.
Yep.
Anne-Marie Piron, Miriam Nicole, and Thibaut Duprat only a few days ago, weren't we, Joey?
Doing a bit of wet weather testing, I believe, are they?
Yeah. But yeah, Commensal, great geometry, great bikes.
Okay,
yeah. So
and metal.
Yeah, highly recommended. You're dead right. So hopefully that's sorted that out. What did I say? 1980 James M.
James M. He's not paid to promote those Pinion bikes, even if they are the future. So more
I'm not actually paid to promote hardly any of those bikes in that video.
Ah, there we go.
Like, I mean, yes, obviously some of the brands in there are partner brands, but like vast majority of the video is totally unpaid for content.
Right. Yeah.
I need to make that very clear. So True, I'm not paid to promote Pinion bikes, but I think I've answered the Pinion question a little bit earlier. Holger GR, that will at least take 2 to 3 years of development and testing. Well, this is in relation to the Pinion. He thinks it'll take 2 to 3 years of development and testing. Sure, the race is on, since Pinion showed that it is possible.
Okay.
How far off do you think it is, the combined motor gearbox unit?
I'm going to say 4 years. I just feel like the development cycle takes a while. Plus, you've really got to test it if you're doing something kind of new. And it feels like the situation with the bike industry is we're in a bit of a tricky state. So I feel like some companies are maybe lifting off the gas a bit. Sorry to be a bad news bear. Still, I'm not a drop bear, so it's it's okay.
I have to look up drop bear.
Yeah, careful. They'll be in the comments.
One final comment is from Andreas Morcat. Polly, these bikes are unreal. Check out. Again, I missed that bike as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
me and Joey saw a Pole.
Did you?
Yeah, in Fort William, and it was amazing. It was absolutely wild.
I mean, Lee Johnson. I've said it many times before. His grandfather was my French teacher.
No.
Yeah, he's got the gold pole, 190mm travel, Bosch CX Race Limited Edition motor. Yes, it is a bike. Folks, thanks so much for your comments on the bikes of 2024. There's probably a few others which I might have missed out, but well, look, let's chat about it and let's keep adding these bikes to your hot list of choices for next year. Okay, folks, it's that time of the week now where we look at the Bike Vault. Now that is super nice. You really are thinking about that show, aren't you?
Yeah.
That film tonight.
Yeah.
Folks,
ready.
What film is Owen going to watch tonight at the cinema based on this regalia? Okay, champion, kicking off the Bike Vault this week is this insanely beautiful Heckler SL from Murrieta, California. This was a dream build of mine. This is Jake, Hunter from Spoke X did the build. Funny thing is on this bike, it's probably lighter than the V10 downhill bike of 2002 vintage.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's also better looking.
I mean, the stance on that bike is amazing. Full stop. Like, I know there's still people who are saying, oh, it looks like an e-bike, doesn't look very nice, which I think was an insult that was thrown at 29ers as well. It was just this resistance to change. Yeah. But that's Santa Cruz, it just looks awesome.
Resistance to change.
Yeah.
You've not resisted, have you, champion?
No, I've I've gone full aero, and that's why. Helps me everywhere. And
to answer the question?
Super nice.
Super nice. What about this new proof?
Obviously, super nice, instantaneously.
Whoa! Just for those of you who don't know, Owen was the pro mechanic. What's the term? Technician?
No, mechanic. Just mechanic. Yeah.
Okay.
Service course technician here sounds slightly grandiose.
Okay.
It's
mechanic.
Just mechanic. Race mechanic.
The fastest races in the world. Obviously, Christopher, Britain Ferry Corkscrew. Get in there. Love this bike. Candil Matera Neo 4 Braga. In Braga. I think it's a really nice bike fault shot, and I think it's going to have to be a super nice.
Super nice.
What about this then? A brace of e-mountain bikes in Granada. Have you been to Granada?
I've not been to Granada.
Really good test downhill track to the south of Granada on the way to the Sierra Nevada mountains.
World champs where Miles won back in the day, Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, Miles Rockwell 2000.
Yeah.
PT lost out again.
Yeah, but it was good that it wasn't Nico. I know that sounds a bit mean. Nico was amazing.
What?
But he just dominated.
Miles Rockwell, yeah. I remember now on the Giant ATX. It was Giant ATX.
Yeah, Giant ATX. You've got big Axo shoes.
We're getting massively off topic.
Sorry,
this is Fabian and a Wild and a Rise. Obviously, we were talking about the all bare bikes earlier in the video, so I think those are going to be.
Those are super nice.
Yeah. Jake Theos, Kelly's Theos in Bled, Slovenia.
Ooh.
Do you know what, Jake? I'm sorry. Do you know what? Did we have this bike in the vault last week?
Oh,
we might have done.
It's still really nice, and Lake Bled needs more coverage.
It does.
My only time in a helicopter was in Slovenia, and it was amazing. Yeah.
So it's a super nice then.
Super nice. Yeah.
Folks, that's just the Bike Vault for this week. That's the end of the show as well.
All right.
Well, champ, you're looking great.
Thanks.
I think weekly he's He's evolving into this e-mountain bike.
Definitely feels like I'm growing into the jersey. So yeah. Should be set for date night though. So
should be set for date night. We'll come back to you next week with what was watched on date night. But in the meantime, let us know your thoughts on the weight of e-bikes, and actually, does it actually matter? Because I don't think it does. I think bikes which are 20 kilos, 23, 25 kilos, it's just different, and you ride them differently.
Yeah, agreed.
See you next week.